Ella?
Okay.
Yeah, let's read this.
Appeal. Motion to appeal all prior orders and vacate previous rulings.
Oh, there's flags. Oh, wow.
Christmas 2024, exercise parental rights. The right to seek legal or physical custody to your child and make decisions regarding your child. Legal rights, healthcare, religious. No healthcare. Health jurisdiction, no violation. Poster board.
No, that's not in English. Okay.
Clarification, confirm or deny. Cease activity. Abuse, rape, assault, government torture, corruption, negligence. 2013, a child was murdered. 2015. Child removed from mother's home, services completed, parenting classes, counseling, and management. Address current since November.
Is this all in America or are these?
Is this one family?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
All these events happened in America to one family.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
A child was murdered, child removed from mother's home, child kidnapped from UCI Medical Center. 24 mother murdered by chemical warfare.
Huh. Yeah, we'll close those. Answer, right to freedom, motion to strike, objection, Your Honor. Oh, this is like a court case. Oh. Okay.
Okay. Exhibit A, libel, slander.
Oh, wow. Nothing good.
Police brutality. Hope for the human race. Due to passage of time, new evidence to support mother's rights for custody and authority, willingness to communicate, answer, right to remain silent.
This is very interesting.
Does any of the issues that you have read about today hit home?
I would say so, yeah. Just because I come from a family of divorce, and my mom, she didn't fight for custody, but she never fought for extra. She didn't fight for alimony. She didn't really fight for a lot because she didn't realize what she could fight for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's affecting her now because she was a single mother with 3 kids, so.
It sounds like the story, the one that was abducted. I don't know if I told you that story. I think I heard it on the radio. This woman, she just got found where she had took her kid, didn't return it for childcare, and then apparently it was abduction because.
Oh, because she took her kid?
Yeah, she didn't turn him over, and then they just found her 9 years later and just arrested her.
Oh, wow.
And then the kid's
Did the father win custody? Was that the issue?
No, it was just they were supposed to turn over the kid for the custody arrangement. She just never did.
Sheesh.
That's what made me think of it.
Well, this sounds like this is all for one person.
What if I told you this is my story?
Oh, this is you. I was like, this is her.
I was gonna say it looks.
Oh, wow. Shit.
I walked into a government building and I saw my picture on the wall. And I thought, that is not even funny. And I was so upset because the lady inside the building was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed lady with another lady who was Mexican. And they didn't care that I was standing right there. And I said to them, why is this on the wall? What are you guys doing to me and my family?
And social security numbers right there too.
And not only that, we, as a family, never received A, family reunification services, B, family counseling, and C, they never sat down with our family and gave us the same services that every other family received. Why? Because we are not only a mixed race family, their father is black and I'm Filipino Asian. And my grandma was born in Africa and my other side of the family is Chinese. So this project that we're working on here with UC Irvine, Department of Humanities, will change the course of how these white male judges have conducted cases in the past, and hopefully this is a catalyst to help mothers who have suffered through the very wrong system. This dialogue that we are talking about right now will hopefully be the help that that mother needed when she was crying to God for somebody to hear her because the system was not treating her right. and it goes beyond finances, and it goes beyond what the courts have said to many mothers and women and children. 2 facts. 1, 80% of mothers with African or Black descent are denied their rights to breastfeed. Number 2, 1 in 18 people who have Asian descent are not allowed to talk about these things in their family. And number 3, it's never okay to kidnap anyone's child from the hospital, especially while they're breastfeeding. They're a student here and they have 3 jobs. So there were many things wrong that happened. And the sad part is that this family is my family. And we not only were held at gunpoint, had our car stolen in Riverside, they beat the shit out of me and their father. And this is our police today. So this really needs to be the change for mothers and for women and for children who have suffered at the hands of these, lack of better words, white male judges who have done us so wrong. And I pray that this project here that we do at UC Irvine is going to be seen and heard by many students, many faculty, and many beautiful women and beautiful people who have gone through these types of things as women, children, and young girls. And I pray that this is a direction for the hope of the entire human race.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry that happened to you. It's terrible. Sorry, it's a lot to take in.
What could you tell these girls that went through these things? My eldest one is 10, and my youngest one is 7, and their eldest brother was the one who was murdered in jail. What can you tell these girls who may not understand how or why these culture and color crimes were not anything that people could handle at the time? What can you tell these young girls from your perspective in life today?
Geez, it's a rough world. That's very unfortunate.
They're too young.
They are very young.
They're in elementary school.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
It really is, and I will share that when I hear stories like this, as a mother and as a teacher, as a professor, and just as a student myself, I think there's other little girls out there who get molested and they get misplaced and they get tossed around. These people are not necessarily white families. It's not necessarily a white culture. It's society. And without having a voice in society, we don't prosper. We don't function well. So to be able to do things like this creative project here at UC Irvine has really enabled people to breathe. And so hopefully you can come away from this project with the ability to be that savior and that hope for someone like yourself who suffered through these things and didn't know what to do or how to deal with it at that time. These deaths could have been prevented. My mother's death could have been prevented. My son's death could have been prevented. My father's disappearance could have been prevented. And many of these crimes that happen are hate crimes. Hate can be prevented. And it's possible through communication, understanding, education, and cultural appropriation, which is wisdom, to teach the world that we are beautiful people and we come in all different colors, help society. And with that being said, I hope and I pray that you guys continue to be the hope for the entire human race.
No, this is definitely an age change. Where are your kids now?
Jakayla, who goes by Kayla because she had to have a name change, because according to the social worker, she said she'll do better in school with a white name. She is located in the city of Marietta. And Micaela, last time we checked, was somewhere in Orange, but the family, according to my daughter, was scared to come forward because we had reported her missing because we sent out 300 flyers to many residents in Irvine, and we reported her as a kidnapped child, so there was an Amber Alert for her. We don't know where she is at this time, and she's only 7 years old. So I pray that this message reaches her, someone who knows her or knows the foster family or knows a good social worker, knows someone who knows someone, and says, hey, we can help this family. We can be the change that we need to see in the world.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, definitely pray for them. Hope they're okay. So how long has it been since you've seen them?
I haven't seen my little one for quite a while, and that was because the social workers weren't willing to sit down with me. They didn't want to talk to me. I didn't know what to do, so I went to the schools that the judge told me my daughters were at, and I confronted the principals. I asked about where my daughter is because my rights are being violated.
Yeah.
My rights to parent my child were violated. My rights to know where my child was and who my child was violated, as well as my breastfeeding rights and my right to educate them about religion. I come from a Christian Catholic family, and my mom was pagan, which means she was indigenous. She was like a Native American, didn't have any religion. And my father was a Catholic Eucharistic minister. So to be able to be some type of unity for the things that we face today and be a light to my children who are of indigenous blood. Their great grandmother's 100% Blackfoot tribe. 2 facts. Her great grandfather started the first Black church in Santa Ana. And my father has been raised, born, and educated as a Catholic minister since he was an infant. And so to be this kind of avenue for healing